You're good. Hold on. Let me turn off audio input. There you go.
I brought more whistles tonight.
Oh,
were
sweet.
asking.
I did. So I got.
I didn't know what part of Discord to go find you.
It's okay. You could message if you ever see me in a specific channel, or you can just message and I'll eventually find it. But
Oh,
I was asking because if I can. Oh my lordy. There's a zine I can make with rules for whistles, like how to contact with if ice is coming. I could talk to you about it more.
they have directions on the ones my son-in-law printed. It says
Perfect.
3 whistles if you.
Good evening to all. It is
Okay.
1 minute to 7. We're almost ready to start.
Almost, yes.
So, just a word to everyone. If you are new, anybody new here tonight?
We have newbies.
Super. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Tervetuloa, we say in Finnish.
And they're young.
And yes, youth. Just a word. If you wish to speak and you are at the mic I am on, you are also on video. We're streaming. If you don't wish to be on video and want to speak, go to the people's mic, as I call it. Back there, you can talk into that. And then that way our streaming people can still hear. A word to everyone. When you do come to speak at either mic, speak up. The mic doesn't bite. We've had people say that the audio when they're streaming is hard to hear. Our teachers' voices, myself, we know how to do that, but everybody else, yeah, just get right up to the mic and speak up, and then the people online can hear you better. So, are we ready?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me just edit the name to be what it's supposed to be. Yoopers Unite 2/3/2/26, and we should be.
We live?
Yep, we're live.
Woohoo! Good evening, everyone. My name is Paula Diedrich. She, her. And welcome. Yes, the first thing we do is we clap and welcome those. So, Oscar, thank you for welcoming our new people. There are agendas on the table. There are some extras in the back if you need them. On the agenda now is also the Discord, which has been getting more and more action because I think we have, the youth. And I know you might not think that you're youth, but you are compared to many of us. So, the young ones. You will notice Donovan is collecting for medical items, and so that is being here. If you brought anything for Donovan for when he goes to Minneapolis again, he leaves tomorrow to help with the mutual aid there. And then the food pantry donations, Joanne is on her way, and I will see if there's a change in needs for next week, since it's getting so close to Valentine's Day. Oh, and she won't be here next week, so I'm sure there will be a change, slightly. On the topic of food. By the way, for those of you that are new, there is an agenda, but please don't think of this as a meeting. It's more a gathering. Anyone that feels that they have information or that is important to us, you just kick me off. The only reason I am up here is because I'm the one that has taken over at least writing a generic agenda and do the notes. So yeah, but that does not mean I'm in control at all.
Our fearless leader. Hi guys, I'm Tina Taylor, the snack lady. I'm not the lunch lady, I'm the snack lady. Again, I would be looking for some volunteers for next week's Snacks for Here. But this Thursday, LSRI is having their first all-member meeting at Peter White Church, which we will talk about in a little bit. But while we're on the subject of food, I wanted to say that I am trying to put together some refreshments for that event on Thursday. So if food is your jam, I see what I did there, let me know. And I'm looking for some support and assistance with putting together refreshments for Thursday. I also wanted to take this opportunity today that I learned I believe that it was the United Way. You all might remember that I did a food pantry at Whetstone, a temporary food pantry during the months of November and December when we thought SNAP benefits were going to be eliminated. Whetstone's office had given me permission to use their space. So the food pantry was not affiliated with Whetstone in any way other than housing my endeavor. There had been apparently some miscommunication because today I got notified that I believe it was the United Way sent a $2,400 check to try to support my food pantry, which Whetstone returned to them. But if the powers that be here out there, their, United Way should be getting their money back, and if they would like to utilize that to support food pantries in another way, I would be happy to make sure that that happens. But I wanted you all to know that our efforts reached that far, that we were getting some quite large monetary contributions. So I really appreciate that went out into the community and the world through Yoopers Unite, because that's important to know that you're all affecting those positive contributions to supporting our neighbors and people who we care about in our immediate community too. So that's what I had to say about it.
That is on the last page, I believe, of your agenda. Mine gets a little funky because I start adding things. So there should be, I just got there was a message in the Discord. Jen Hill just put it out that tomorrow, February 4th at 10:30, the Michigan House Subcommittee is having a hearing on data centers. And there is a link in the Discord, but I'm sure if you Google it somehow, or you find it somehow, you can watch it. Last week, she shared a link to watch the judicial hearing on Senate Bills 508, 509, 510, which are like, ICE shouldn't wear masks, that there should be safe places, that they can't go. So I was able to watch that. So I just want to give you that update. Did I put the candlelight vigil on yours? Okay, so there's that. So originally we were trying to, candidate Kelly Van Ginhoven had to be rescheduled, and Dana Lalonde. However, Dana has dropped out of the race. So I don't know if I still have her on yours or if I took that off to be announced. But I just want to let you know that she announced it the other day. I also was asked by Amber to re-announce the Walk for Solidarity every weekday from 6 to 7 along the lake shore. It starts by Thil's Fish House and goes about to Picnic Rocks and back. And carrying a lantern is something that she suggests. I'm looking and seeing if I have any other notes that I wanted to talk about. Under action items, which is top of the second page, just a reminder that I know our focus lately has been on the ICE funding, but the House did pass the bill to withdraw protection from the Michigan boundary waters. So that is in the Senate. So you can at least keep that on. And for those of you, just a reminder, there is the 5 Calls app, which is a great resource. It gives you some background information. It gives you a script. I know I started using that even for my emails, just to kind of get some wording going sometimes. So there's that. Then our general announcements, just a reminder, yes, Tina will need help next week for snacks. If you are new, the Discord link, like I said, is on the agenda, but we also can have you sign up for emails. We do not inundate you with emails. The email is maybe once or twice a week. It really depends upon my efficiency. This week it'll probably be one. So I type up the notes, and if I also have the agenda, a draft agenda ready, I send those out together, and that's the only email you get for the week, unless there's something really important. So it's not one where you're gonna just go, oh, can they like not send me something for a while? Other than that, there is also snacks. There is some literature in the back table. There is information. Thank you, Tina. She held stuff up for me last week so I could. There is 2 t-shirts still that are Pay It Forward, the Yoopers Unite t-shirts. You can also still get those. Brad has a sweatshirt on, a Yoopers Unite sweatshirt. You can order those through loyalties. I just ordered mine finally, and they are out of blue extra small, but youth extra large is the same, so that's it. Oh yeah, there's information sheets back there. There is a big poster board thing where you can, if you have an agenda item for later, not something you want to share right away, you can do that. There are the window clings. So there's all kinds of information in the back. So again, if you're new, feel free to, I guess you can maybe come see me to get your email, and I can get you added because I don't see Danielle isn't here, and Zeke is not here yet either. Also, there is Yoda over there? Yes. So there is a donation box for the church for giving us this space. So if you feel inclined to help them with the lights that we're using and those things, there is that. Okay. See, yeah, you can just pop up here.
I just want to clarify, when you put money in the Yoda, it is not technically specifically just for the church. It is for Yoopers Unite, and we try to leave the church $75 a week to pay for this, letting us use this. If we get more than $75, and we haven't gotten $75 in the past, we would leave it for them. But I want to just be transparent and clear that there are occasions we use part of that money that is donated, if it's in excess of $75, to support Yoopers Unite, whether that is buying paper supplies, or occasionally we contribute to protest activities and things like that. So I just want to make sure that when we say put money in there for the church, that you all understand that you're not just donating to a church, you're donating to Yoopers Unite to use the building.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. And as I see my picture on the screen, thank you to Lydia, who knit me one of the hats. I don't know if you have seen this yet, but these are the resistance hats from the 1940s in the Norwegian resistance hat, and the Nazis actually made them illegal, a hat. So you can knit them, you can crochet them, you can have a friend who does that, get them. There are, the patterns are online. There is one place where you can pay for a pattern and it goes toward helping Minneapolis. I know, and I posted it, there is a yarn crafts, some kind of a store in Ishpeming that is hosting a knitting class that I think it's a hat. They're doing that. They also, anyone that wants to leave a hat by their shop, you can leave these hats and then you can pick a hat. So if that is something you're interested in, there's that. Yeah.
They've raised over $250,000 from sales of the patterns.
Ooh, they have raised over $250,000 from the sale of that pattern.
That's $5, so that's a ton of people.
Yeah, and that's a $5 for every pattern. Is there a chance that is there a way that you can pay more? Like, is it like, okay.
I don't know, when I bought it, it was just, you pick it up.
Okay.
You could buy it like 10 times, I guess.
Yeah, you can keep, yes.
What the website is?
Okay, help me, someone help me.
If you just Google it.
Do you wanna come? If you Google,
I think it's on Ravelry. Yeah, the on Ravelry.
well, we'll look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look it up and someone will blurt that out in a little bit. Okay, I've been talking a lot. Who wants to, Ruby's here. Do you want to talk about Senator Peter's office rally? Sure. Okay. And speak nice and loud and into the mic.
Nice and loud and into the mic.
So that people can hear us.
Right. Hello, I am Ruby Miller, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm an organizer with We the People Action Fund, which I'll get into a little later, but a lot of people have heard of my org by now. And last Monday, we had an emergency meeting on Zoom with all our base members across the state, as well as partner organizations across the state, to figure out some way to respond to the $10 billion of additional ICE funding that they were voting on that week. So here in Marquette, I guess in Marquette and in Houghton, across the UP really, we had 15 people in that initial conversation, and a massive amount of them showed up to help out with coming up with ideas, what we were gonna do with this action, how we were gonna handle it, how we were gonna communicate with Senator Peter's office. And the result was on Thursday, so very chilly Thursday, during the work day, down near the, what's the hotel's name that there's the Nicolette Bank that the office is in, and the hotel's right there? Staybridge, yeah, the Staybridge, so where Lincoln tees into Washington. So not a pedestrian-friendly area of town. We had around 50 people over the course of the day holding signs, including our giant check of what we would rather fund for our communities with that $10 billion than MAGA's private militia. Peter's staffer came down to talk to the folks gathered there and get comments from people. We collected a number of postcards where people listed what they would like to see funding used for that could actually benefit our communities and actually make us safer. And actually, Penelope and I delivered those on Friday morning and got a chance to talk to Peter's staffer and hear that he was aware that we were there. He understood we were in cahoots around the state. So that was really just nice to hear it directly. A lot of the folks on the team took risks. A lot of people got involved for the first time. Some first time with us and some first time with anything. And also folks from my team over in Houghton hosted a phone bank where there was 20 people in my friend Patrick's house, and they had the support of Michigan United and the Working Families Party for that too. So it was a really collaborative effort, extremely fast, and I think it went really well. And Peters voted no on the additional funding for ICE, and it wasn't included. So they don't, I know they're fully funded from the big beautiful bill through 2029, but they don't need $10 billion more dollars, and they're not gonna get it. So, and that's partly because our communities showed up to tell him to vote no on it. So, happy to share about that. And I don't know what's next. Does anybody else have a next thing to talk about?
Do you want to talk about
The LSRI meeting?
Yeah.
Or do we want to talk about stuff that already happened, like the music
I don't care.
thing?
Do you want to come back up and talk?
Yeah.
About it? Okay. I don't know. Yeah. So we'll wait. Yeah. So Thursday's music. Did anyone attend? Do you want to? You don't want to come to a mic. You don't want a mic in your.
Was it wonderful? 350 people singing?
Yeah, 350 people were there. I saw, made the front page of the Mining Journal. So that was exciting. And it was overflow. Like they were, in there and in 2 other rooms. I think I saw that there's another something planned. I think Brian posted that there's going to be something else coming up. But what a wonderful, yes. You want to talk about it? Okay, do you want to come up here? Do you want to be on stream or do you want to use the, okay. If you can introduce yourself because we have new people.
Okay.
Thanks. Nice and loud for the streamers.
All right, hi out there. My name's Fred Cole.
Yeah.
My name's Fred Cole. I'm a retired teacher from the Marquette Public Schools. And I was in attendance where Ginny was at the event last Thursday. It was wonderful. It was absolutely packed. We walked in, and we were sitting in the back a while before 7 o'clock when it started, and they invited people to come up, and so we sat on the steps in the front of the church, kind of like the kids' sermon back in Sunday school days, if any of you did any of that. And there was a lot of local musicians. Cloverland Band was up there. The folks who lead Make Believe Spurs were there. Patrick Booth. Aaron Kolwitz, the choral director at NMU, spearheaded the whole thing and put it all together in a matter of a couple days. There is another event that Jan Broderson, who used to be the choral director at Marquette Senior High and various other schools, she was assigned over the years. She's the music director at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Marquette, and she's planning an event for Sunday, March 1st, benefit concert. Michael Waite, she's told me is going to be there. A bunch of other folks, Jimmy and Kristen Ludwig from NMU, folks from St. Paul's, and she's working on a lot of the folks with Superior String Alliance. The one last Thursday was very much like a sing-along of 60s peace songs and things like that. This will be a mix of kind of a concert and some sing-along. Is what Jan has planned. It's for Sunday, March 1st, 3 p.m. at St. Paul's, and it's going to be a benefit for Stand With Minnesota. That's the plan for that. Posters will go out, and there'll be a Facebook event going up soon, once she kind of nails down who's performing and stuff. Thank you.
That it did happen because I ran into somebody in a grocery store who told me that they had attended. So I don't know. I know Judy wasn't able to be there because of her life circumstances, but somebody else apparently picked up responsibility. And I don't have any other details other than to say a friend at Walgreens told me they had attended and that it was a good event.
Thank you. And I forgot to check. I had recruited a friend who is a counselor, and she was helping with it too. So, but I forgot to follow up on that. So last week I brought up the fact that Melania, the movie, was coming to Thomas Theater, and we brainstormed some ideas, including Bob shared the owner's phone number with us. We found out you can contact through the website. I don't know if how many of you saw, but there on Thursday there was a PSA on Thomas Theater's Facebook page that said, "We don't make the movies, we just show them." Yeah.
Please let me say something.
Yeah, you want? Of course, you can say something. So, I mean, there was a message sent, and that was the response. That's all I know.
All right. Okay, I'm Tori. Reoccurring members know me because I never stop. And new members, hello, I'm going to find you and put you on the Discord after this. So prepare yourself. Anyway, so I don't know anything about the specific response that Paula just mentioned, but I will say a couple things. One, I know Iron Lung is coming out, and that is a movie people really want to see. You can go see it at Rogers Cinema in Houghton. They're not airing Melania, according to their schedule last I checked. Part of an effective boycott is going somewhere else. Another thing is, if you are comfortable, contact Marquette Cinemas, let them know you will not be getting my money until whatever your litmus is. I think we should, if we want to be a group about it, we got to figure out our ultimate goal, whether it's pull the movie entirely or do some sort of apology. They were really funny about it because they were like, yeah, so we just make the movies and you don't gotta see them, and the requests are really high. And then the next day they're like, if you come today, you get a bookmark. And I'm like, if you already have a lot of requests and pre-sold tickets, why do you have bookmarks left? But you know, that's its own thing. But my recommendation is tell Marquette Cinemas specifically why you're not going. Tell them where you will be bringing your business, and if you have friends who want to go to Houghton, make a trip of it. That's all.
I also want to point out that, Melania is in the Epstein files, so if you want to bring that point up, not just the administration, but,
The director.
and the director. Yeah, there's a lot of connection to the Epstein files there, so feel free to bring that up into the conversation more than I'm against this administration.
Besides, you can see her naked on the internet for free.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, you can see her naked on the internet for free too. So, anyway. Did I miss any past events when I was doing this? All right. So, in no particular order, LSRI is up here, but if anyone else wants to jump up first, go for it.
I'm going to really try to talk into the mic this time. Is that too loud? I feel like I'm way too loud. I'm Brad Veely. I'm a member. I'm a team member of Lake Superior Region Indivisible, and I'm just delighted to tell you again, because I was here last week talking about this Thursday, February 5th, we're going to be having our first all-member LSRI meeting. Anybody who's LSRI curious or considers yourself a member, please come. It's going to be a conversation. It's actually going to be, we're going to be partnering with We the People. We're really, really excited about this and having a really innovative conversation about how to make our UP ice-proof. You know, what do we need to do? What kind of community do we need to build? And what are we lacking, and what do we have? What resources do we have that'll be effective for that? So on your tables, there are these quarter sheets that give a little information on the event, and then in the back are some QR codes. We are asking people to register for this event because seating's limited. We've got about 62 people signed up for it already. We can handle comfortably maybe 80, 85 people, but we are asking you to pre-register just so we kind of know who's coming, how many people to plan for, and to stay in touch with you afterwards. There's QR codes on here if you want to subscribe to the LSRI newsletter, to donate through LSRI, and then there at the top right corner is a QR code that will connect you to that 5 Calls app, which is really great for calling your representatives. And so welcome to the new people. It's great to have you here. Thank you, Paula, for the great job you do on the agenda all the time, and Tina for the treats that sustain us. Ruby, do you want to say something?
Sure. Hi again, I'm still Ruby. Still
Not
with...
a diamond yet?
What?
Not a diamond yet?
Not yet, we'll see. Enough pressure, here we go. So, We the People Action Fund is a statewide organization, and we do multiracial working class organizing around the state. And what we work on are projects geared at building people power in our own communities. We're very focused on developing leadership and having structures that are effective. Ultimately kind of working towards a goal of a Michigan that works for all of us, where we can all have at least the chance to thrive, that we're not pushing back against these systems that want to profit off of us and our land. And we'd like to be in co-governance with the folks that represent us. Ideally, the people that represent us are accountable to our communities because they are us, not beholden to shareholders and wealthy corporations and their own political ambitions. So we started talking to LSRI because LSRI is very good at mobilizing folks. Like, turnout has been amazing. People have been working so hard. Yoopers Unite's honestly been working so hard, just duking it out this past year to figure out how we built this. And it's gonna be a long year. this crisis that's happening in Minneapolis right now, the goal of that is to destabilize the coming election. They have their current hostage. They will pick a new hostage if they have to. Probably trans people, that's a favorite. And we're going to need these networks if we're going to be resilient. And I also think that we have the potential to tell a new story about rural areas and what our values are and what our politics are. So on Thursday, if you join us, we're going to be doing something that we the people loves to do, which is getting grounded in our own self-interest and in our own communities and what they need. I have a quote here from Adrienne Marie Brown. The strength of our movement is in the strength of our relationships, which could only be measured by their depth. Scaling up would mean going deeper, being more vulnerable, more empathetic. So it's going to be a discussion because if we're gonna hold out for this long year, and we're gonna figure out how to apply the lessons we're seeing in Minneapolis to our rural community up here, and if we're gonna be in solidarity with groups like undocumented immigrants, we need to understand where our own blood is in this fight. Within We the People, I am connected to quite a few folks that are here without documentation and have been working alongside them for years and asking them what they want us to do. They said, one of the leaders told me, we want your communities to realize that we are all in the same boat. We're not helping those poor people over here. When we fight for them, we fight for us. When we fight for us, we're fighting for them. So getting grounded in what our communities need is really important if we're gonna hold out. If we're gonna support them, if we're gonna support ourselves, if we're gonna be ready when the threats to democracy come, when the consolidation of authoritarian power continues, like, we have to be grounded in why we care and why we're here. So, just to give you a little example of a little idea of some of what we're gonna be doing on Thursday.
Thank you, Ruby. And just a couple things I forgot. We are looking for people. We are going to be at that meeting Thursday night. We're going to be breaking up into small groups for a short time. So we're looking for people who are in LSRI or Yoopers Unite or are planning on coming to be a facilitator, just to help kind of move the conversation along in a small group of 4 or 5 people. We're also looking for greeters, people who can welcome new people as they're coming in, because this organization works one person to one person. We're hoping that at least, if nothing else, you make a new friend. Organizing moves at the speed of trust. So we need to start building that trust, and the only way to do that is to get to know each other and to spend time together and to talk about the things Ruby was just talking about. What brings you here? What do you care about? And so anyway, that's it. Thanks.
6 o'clock, Thursday, February 5th.
Back to the microphone. And it's on here.
Yep, it's this Thursday, February 5th, 6 o'clock, Peter White Library Conference Room. Please do try to register so we kind of have a sense of, so we can have enough treats for everybody, okay?
So how do you volunteer to do one of your?
Oh, come see me at the breakout tables.
Yeah, so during the breakout time, I'm going to be having some discussions with people who would like to help out and facilitate these small group discussions. So that's what I'm here to do during our breakout time.
Sorry. Ballot proposal updates. We are still collecting. If you want to be part of that, I have blank petitions. It is for MOP, which is money out of politics here in Michigan, to get some of that dark money out. I can explain that to you. The other one is Invest in My Kids, which is to put an additional 5% tax on anyone's taxable income over 500,000 if you're single, or $1 million if you are married. And all of that money goes directly into the school aid fund and has to be used for specific school items, like class size and those types of things. We are in the crunch time, truly, to get enough signatures for both of those. So if you want to learn a little bit more, you can come and see me. All right, so far, Ruby has a breakout for how to facilitate. Yeah, I know there's more, but I'm just trying to keep track for later. I also wrote, are we starting to look at No Kings 3? Okay, that's what you're gonna do, Faith? Yes, see? I was just trying to lead into that for you.
Thank you.
Well, we got a date. No Kings is March 28th. This is Saturday. And we've started some early chatter about what the heck we're going to do for No Kings. March is still pretty crappy. A lot of people don't want to be up on the highway because of just, there's no place to stand. And I looked into the Commons. It's already rented. We can't use the Commons. I called Lower Harbor City. They can't have people on their grass that time of year. So we're going to be limited on what we can do for No Kings. Last time we had No Kings, and the first time we had No Kings, we had, what, 3,000 and 5,000 people? Am I exaggerating?
No.
And we're hoping to have more. So we need some ideas. I want people to be thinking about, what would you like to do with 7,000 people? And where are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? So I'm going to be sitting at the table tonight if anybody here has any ideas. There's also a small committee that's meeting on Saturday, just after the post office protest. We're going to go up the street to the Crib, which is the coffee shop on the corner of Arch and 3rd. Upstairs we have a room up there, and we're going to be powwowing there right after the protest, starting like 12:45. Yes. So see me at the table if you've got a bright idea. I want to hear it. Or join us on Saturday, and let's figure this out, because I'm hoping it's really big.
Okay, I don't see, oh, there's Donovan. Oscar was wondering if you were here, Donovan. I don't see Sally, so I don't think we'll have a breakout about oh, she is coming? Alrighty, so we will probably have a table about that. I also do not see Cynthia or anyone else. Is there someone else that can help talk about the rush hour resistance on February 24th, and if there's any other plans for that yet? Because that's also the 4th anniversary of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So there was talk of trying to do something between the two. Oh, you coming up again?
It's a Tuesday, and they have the resistance, the visibility brigade is on that Tuesday. And last week, I haven't talked to Cynthia since then, but the consensus at the table last week was that we would just try to do bigger, better at the corner of, by Baraga and by the Father Marquette, and in Ishpeming as well. Ishpeming's having their usual visibility brigade, but bigger. We're hoping to get more people out and be united with Ukraine.
So spread the word, in other words. We need people, Tuesdays, 4 to 5:30. I think we're still dark, or we're still light at 5:30 at this point now, so okay. We used to say 5:30 or dark. So just as many people as we can get a week from today. What else? Oh, yeah, sorry. See, I'm not going to be here. Yeah. It's on the 24th. 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. Whatever. Ignore me at this point. I've been up here too long. But there is one next Tuesday also. But that's just our... Do we have a theme for next week?
Stop ice terror.
It's the same as last week, so stop ice terror. Yes. I will say, ABC, or one of them, Tom Kippen, whichever one he works for, came again last week, and I read the comments. I was a brave soul. And I read the comments, and you know, there were some that were negative, but there were many that said, that's the way to protest. Like, they're peaceful. They are on the sidewalk. So we were getting positive reviews for staying peaceful. All right, anything else? Did I miss anything? Okay. All right, so we have Ruby, you're going to be back there. So if you're interested in learning how to help facilitate the conversation or just learn what that's about, it doesn't mean that you're going to actually be recruited to do it, but if you want to hear more about what that sounds like or more about We the People, go see Ruby at her table. Faith is here talking about No Kings. And we already have two places we can't go. And the snowbanks are going to be too bad in March still. So, okay. So if you're interested in doing that, I am around to help with ballot petitions if you haven't signed them, and or if you are interested in learning more about what it takes. Are you coming up? Awesome. Oh, I have one more other.
Is that on now?
Yeah.
So I'm Tammy. I just went to the Marquette County Board Commission meeting. There's supposed to be a bunch of other people coming as well. Like 5 of us got up and talked about ICE and what is Marquette County going to do to resist it. And I will tell you, at the very end, they did commit to investigating it further and standing up in supporting the Constitution and Michigan's Constitution and investigating what they can do to keep the peace and not have all the terrible things happen. So it was very positive. I was really impressed with Commissioner Newmanin. He spoke aggressively against ICE, and it was very nice to hear. They actually all did. I don't know if y'all know this, but the entire Marquette County Board are Democrats. Yeah. So.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for going. Yeah. Okay, and then I will also, because someone that was here last week asked if it would be okay to have, if she reached out to have either Chief Grimm from Marquette Police or Sheriff Zybert come. So she is reaching out to Sheriff Zybert to see when he can come to a Tuesday night meeting and kind of continue to share. For those of you that are new, he is also adamant that they will not, our Sheriff's Department will not join ICE in what they're doing. So he will be, she was going to reach out to him to see if he could come in and kind of give us some more information about what can they do, what can't they do, and that. So that's a to be announced. All right, Fred.
For those of you that read the Mining Journal, there was a good letter to the editor in today's paper by Alan Edgar, who's a retired federal judge. He was appointed by Ronald Reagan. And he has written some very excellent and very strongly worded letters to the editor about how crazy this administration is. I think this one was based on some of the things that were in the Declaration of Independence, that ICE is basically doing the things that we declared independence from. And his previous one was a couple months ago. It was about how there's a complete lack of rule of law in this country. And this is coming from a Republican-appointed retired federal U.S. judge.
Anything else? All right, yeah, go. Me first. Oh, thank you. Oh, and then, yeah,
I think I shut it off there. I just wanted to make note of the fact that I believe we are on on or about our year anniversary of getting together for Yoopers Unite. We initially started with a few meetings at a local brewery, drinking establishment, you know, Yoopers, how all things get kicked off. But we've been meeting for about a year, and if somebody could help me figure out the exact dates of that, I would like to document it, I guess, for posterity. So if you have your notes or you have your calendar from last year, stop pointing at her, I already asked her. I would appreciate it if somebody could get me those specific dates, if you have them available. No urgency, just to kind of, you know, make a record of our resistance. So, thank you.
for some reason I'm thinking February 18th, but I have no idea why.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we were meeting in January, you know,
But it was
outside of
February,
here,
yeah.
but I think that it was late February when we started, so. Thank you.
Red Hat, thank you, Lydia reminded me because I told her to. So here is where you can find the pattern. Is it for knit or crochet? It's for knit only. Okay, this one is for knitting only. But if you want to find the pattern.
I think you go down to you go down to the bottom of that website.
So you go to Ravelry, so RAVELRY.com. And you look for Melt the Ice hat pattern, Melt the Ice hat pattern by Paul S. And the last name is spelled Neary.
Also, if you just Google Melt the Ice hat, there's like a ton.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a hat.
Make sure you buy one that's actually.
Yeah, that one is the one that like was.
So this is the one that supports it, right?
Yeah.
So it's Ravel, RAVELRY.com. And then you want to look for Melt the Ice hat pattern by Paul S. Neary, Neary. And Lydia has it if you need it again. Oh, and Tammy does over there too.
Can you put it in notes?
I will have it in the notes. Yes. Which should come out quickly, because I can't come next week, so I have to get everything done before I'm unavailable. Any other announcements? All right. Oh, Donovan, sorry. See, you got up, so I didn't.
I know, right? I disappeared. Hello. Most of you probably already know. Some of you likely don't. I'm Key, Donovan Young, local priest at the Lake Superior Endo, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to touch on two quick notes today. One, I know I mentioned last week, but I really want to underscore that. And that is decentralized organizing, decentralized governance. For anyone showing up for the first time, for people showing up for the, have we been meeting 50? For the 50th time, yeah, if we're reaching a year here. Sometimes things might seem chaotic and messy, and you might be like, wait, who mentioned what, about where, when, why, and how? You might have to ask a person or two. That can be inconvenient, but that actually is a sign of strength. That's a way that we build community, because because we work through one another, and all of us are focusing on different things. We're trying to wear a lot of different hats of many colors to make sure a lot of things happen to support our communities and to keep us all up and going. The systems that we are building right now are systems that the people in the Twin Cities started on decades ago. If you don't know much about their history, look into it. Unions, cooperatives, housing cooperatives, food cooperatives, all sorts of stuff like that. That's taken decades of committed, focus, organization, community building. There are efforts like that that have existed here in Marquette, but not at that level, and not at the scale that we're trying to build now, and not at the scale we'll need to have established if things continue to escalate, which they look like they will. So please don't be discouraged. Please stick around. Please have the love and compassion for your fellow people and the commitment to a better world than the one we are living in today, and do the best you can. We're all striving, we're all trying. No one is getting paid to do this shit here. Plain and simple, bottom line, I don't care what anyone says. On that note as well, I wanna point to the laptop sitting in front of me for any of you folks that are tuning in on YouTube. You are not disconnected from this, you're tuning in for a reason. If you hear about a group that's sitting down to talk about organizing something tonight and you're like, man, I wish I could get in that, but I never can come in on Tuesday nights, please send an email, say, hey, I heard about this and I really want to help with it. We're really at that point where we need more and more people willing to step up and say, I'm not just going to participate, but I'm willing to extend myself further than I feel comfortable and believe in my own strength to help and lead, to help and organize, to really help to activate the communities, families, and friendships we have around us and build them stronger and wider. I'm glad, again, I didn't have prepared notes for this, so I'm glad I landed on that piece because it segues beautifully in my next piece. There are many people around us struggling. I'm sure some of those who are most affected by all of this right now, on some level of intersection, are with us here tonight. But many of them aren't. Many of them can't be. Many of them don't feel safe enough to be. Many of them don't have their basic lively necessities met well enough to be. We need to see those people as humans. There's a lot of the communities we won't be able to engage with because they are intentionally isolating themselves for safety's sake, for fear and concerns. But there are people we all walk past on a daily basis that might be out there shivering, that might have a poorly scrabbled, cardboard written sign in front of them. I urge you, instead of looking at them through the eyes of charity, and instead of rolling up to them in your car and handing out a couple of dollars, make an honest, concerted effort to go be a human with them. They need financial support, but they also need to know that people see them. I have close friends who have lived as unhoused for years, and they tell me that the thing that sticks with them most is that they are transparent. Everyone does their best to shuffle along past them. Even in giving money, half the time it's like and moving on their way. They can use humanity too, not just money. Stop for a moment. Say hi. It may sound ridiculous to ask them about the weather because it's fucking freezing, but it's a way you can start a conversation and you can begin to engage with them and get to know them better. They are part of our community too. They are suffering too, not just on a material level, but on a human level. So please, please open up your heart and your compassion to the people that live right next to us. That's all. Thank you.
Grab the mic. Okay, anything else? Yeah.
I was thinking about whether I should bring this up or not, but early on, she said it quite a while ago, well, a couple, 3 weeks maybe, Kristi Noem offered to pull ICE out of Minneapolis if Minneapolis would turn over their voter rolls. I want to remind us that what we're seeing is a symptom of something much more than just Donald Trump wanting quotas met every day. That should be gone too. But as we do everything else we do, we need to keep in mind that keeping our elections safe is going to be a very critical thing. So that's all. I just want us to think about that.
All right, now I think we're ready. So again, breakouts, Ruby, Faith, I'll probably just be right here. Who else? And Tina's floating around. Actually, I'll go, no, that's too close to Ruby's table. I'll go to the table where Tori is.
She's gonna be here.
Yeah, Tori's holding my spot. Anything else? All right, thank you. Oh, newbies, if you want to get signed up in that, Tori can help with Discord for sure.
All right. Good night, Marquette and UP and everybody watching. Boop.